Hey everybody, I thought I would do a end of the year review and simply review all the games that I own for my Switch, and hopefully this might help you with some of your holiday shopping perhaps. So let's get to it. I'm going to start with The Way Remastered. This is a great game. One of the first games I downloaded for the Switch. It's kind of a pitfall puzzle game. It has a very intriguing storyline. Visually, it's very pleasing. This is a great game. Highly recommend it. The Bridge, visually very cool. Black and white. It is a pretty intense puzzle game. I played it. I am now stuck. I can't get any further. So if you really like hard puzzles, I highly recommend it. Robonauts. I got this game for $1. It's just kind of a side-scrolling shooter. I haven't played too much of it. It's all right. It was worth $1. Stern Pinball Arcade. This is a kind of a visual tutorial of some of the Stern pinballs that are out there in the real world, and it's also a very good game. It's a very good visual game. Virtual Pinball, it's great. If you like Virtual Pinball, this is the best one I've seen on the Switch. Planet Alpha, very cool visual game. Also kind of a puzzle game. Very fun. I played maybe a quarter of this game, and then kind of got stuck and haven't come back to it. It wasn't very expensive, but it was a very interesting game. I would recommend it if you like puzzle games. Old Man's Journey. This game won a ton of awards. I believe it originally came out on Apple. It is a very visually pleasing game. It's a very unique game. It's a puzzle game. It has a very intriguing storyline, despite having absolutely zero dialogue. The puzzles were very intriguing, very fun. It's sort of like a moving painting. I found this game very, very interesting. I played it, I beat it, I liked it. So if you're interested in it at all, I would highly recommend it. Chasm. This is your standard medieval platformer. A lot of it takes place underground. Cool enemies, cool power-ups. Your typical double jump, feather fall situation. I really liked Chasm. Played it, beat it. I liked it. It was a good game. Axiom Verge. This is a Metroid type game. In fact, the creator is one of the original creators of Metroid. Great game. Haven't beat it yet. Kind of saving this one for later. Good looking game, visually pleasing. If you like Metroid type games, I recommend it. Astro Bears Party. This is a very inexpensive game and a very fun game. It's a unique game, great for kids. Check it out. It's worth the money. It's really fun. Yep. All right. The First Tree. This game was very disappointing. Visually, not that good. The storyline is not my cup of tea. I did not like it. It's almost like listening to someone in a therapy session, and visually it's not that great. The gameplay isn't all that great. Probably my least favorite game I've downloaded so far. Cat Quest. There are two Cat Quest games. There's Cat Quest and then there's Cat Quest 2. I've got them both. These are really fun games. I was pleasantly surprised with how fun they were to play. They're very casual. You run around a map, kill monsters, you get upgraded armor. There's lots of cat puns. Fun games. Very fun games. Highly recommend them. They were a blast to play. I beat them both. Pirates, all aboard. There's a lot of games similar to this. It's a top-down view shooter where you're a pirate ship on the sea fighting other ships. I didn't pay all that much for it, and I got what I paid for. Void Space Racing. This game looks really cool. Kind of hard to play. The tracks are hard to follow, and if you veer off course at all, it's really tough to get back on track and to win. Some people that really like racing games might really enjoy this. I personally didn't. Monopoly. I really like Monopoly games, especially virtual Monopoly games, PC Monopoly games. This one's pretty good. Visually, it's pretty good. There's a couple things I would have changed, but I definitely played a lot of this, and it's worth the money. It's pretty cheap to download these days. I think it's like $10. All right, this game. What is it? Demon Machina. I got this game for $1 or free. I can't remember. It's a mech warrior type game. Actually, it was pretty good. I played a little bit of it, but I'm just not currently into a mech warrior type of a game. But if you are, I would recommend it. It's pretty cool. Okay, Air Conflicts. I bought this in a set. I have Air Conflicts Pacific Carriers, and over here, Air Conflicts Secret Wars. These games are visually really cool looking. The gameplay itself I found was really tough to get into. They didn't explain the controls very well. For me, I would sooner have a casual airplane shooter game, and this really just didn't intrigue me enough, either one of them. But I didn't pay all that much for them, and so it is what it is. Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. This came out on the Wii U, and then they released it on the Switch. This is a great game. It doesn't hold your hand. You will die. You'll die quite a bit. And when I first started playing, I thought it was a little too difficult. But then, after a little bit, I found out that that's really what makes this game great, is the difficulty level. Once you start playing, you start getting the hang of things, it really becomes a blast to play. I've played it, I've beat it, great game. Troll and I. This one was kind of a disappointment to me. Kind of a third-person, first-person kind of view. It kind of reminded me of a bad Skyrim at first, and it wasn't all that fun to play. I never even got to the troll. Maybe I should give it a bigger chance, but it was kind of clunky, and I just didn't enjoy it, so I stopped playing it. History 2048. Okay, if you're not familiar with the game 2048, I wouldn't recommend starting with this game. But I am a huge fan of the game 2048. There are free copies to play on the Roku, which I highly recommend if you want to learn how to play 2048, and then if you like it, get this. Visually, it's pretty cool. If you're into 2048, get this version. It's not that expensive. It's kind of fun. It lets you go past the 2048 tile. Kind of an interesting game. I've played it. Trials. I enjoy all the Trials games, really. They're kind of a unique motorcycle trick game. They're fun. I think all of them are fun. If you haven't tried them, give them a shot. They're interesting. Mana Spark. I played this game a little bit. It didn't grab me like I was hoping it would. It's kind of a Zelda clone, and a top view kind of dungeon crawler. Visually it looks good. I mean, the gameplay was good. I wasn't in the mood for this type of game. So I haven't played a bunch of it yet. Maybe I'll come back to it, maybe I won't. Them Bombs. This is a really fun game, a great party game. You actually physically print out a set of manuals for different bombs, and one person is trying to defuse the bomb while the person with the bomb manual is trying to tell you how to defuse it. So you'll sit there and one person with the controller will be like, do I cut the red wire or the blue wire? And the person with the manual is trying to figure out how to tell you which wire to cut. Really cool, interesting game. I highly recommend it. Kirby Star Allies. It's a Kirby game. Looks cool. Hey, walk right and you'll beat the game. It's not that difficult, but a blast to play. Good Kirby game. Millie. It's a centipede type game. You run around, you eat pellets, and your centipede grows longer and longer. You try not to run into your tail. Good reincarnation of that game. It was fun. I didn't pay a lot for it. And it's enjoyable. Okay, this game, I don't even know how to say it. Yaba Runner. This game was 100% free because I downloaded a different game. I can't remember which game it was that it came free with. It's a very weird game. You're a gnome running around collecting socks. It's actually surprisingly good considering it's free. But I wouldn't pay money for it. Hollow Knight. This is a great platformer. Visually very cool looking. It's kind of a silhouette type view of a game. Lots of people love this game. I like it. Haven't beat it yet. Haven't played a bunch of it yet. I just haven't been in the mood. But it is a really good game. If you like the look of it, definitely give it a shot. Mega Man 11. Great game. Loved it. Played it. Beat it. Kind of an old school Mega Man type game. Really fun. Loads of power-ups and interesting aspects to it. It's Mega Man. It's great. Debris Infinity. This is like a Geometry Wars type game. Neon colors. It's like asteroids, only there's black holes and there's lots of enemies coming after you. It's inexpensive and pretty fun to play. Deep Ones. This is a very interesting game. You're basically a scuba diver on the bottom of the sea floor. Lots of dark and then neon colors. Pretty cool looking game. Not very expensive. Kind of fun to play. It's one to dork around with if you want. Saboteur. So this game has somewhat of a cult following, and it's almost like a Game and Watch type game. It's very old. It might even be before the Commodore 64. It's a very old game. Someday I might get into it. I think it cost me $1. And so I got it. It's interesting. But it's old. Celeste. This is one of the great games on the Switch. Really fun platformer. Lots of people like this game. It's kind of a must-have. It's a lot of fun. I'm close to beating it. I almost beat it with some of my friends one time, but I got tired and went to bed, and they kept playing until 7 in the morning and beat it. So I have to go and beat it again. Child of Light. This game, really fantastic. One of my favorite games I've played in a long time. Definitely one of my, top 3 games on the Switch. Really love it. It's a great RPG, turn-based style game. It feels like you're walking around in a watercolor painting. It's beautiful. The storyline's good. Some twists, some turns. It's a really fun game to play. You can play in kind of a 2-player mode as well. It was a blast to play. I'm probably going to replay it. I have played it, beat it. It's a wonderful game. Banner Saga. So there are 3 Banner Saga games: Banner Saga 1, 2, and 3. Um, they are fantastic. Um, they are one of the best games I've ever played, bar none, any console. I love these games. They're kind of like a intense RPG mixed with Oregon Trail. You're in a caravan, and there's a lot of text-based questions that are really difficult. It's a lot of fun to play. Your choices have major consequences. There's, I don't know, hundreds, if not thousands, of endings for this game. Um, Lots of replay value. I played it, beat it, all 3 of them. I turned around and played it and beat it again, and then I turned around and played it and beat it again. So I beat this game 3 times, and loved every bit of it. I'm sure in the future I'll go back and play it again. Great games. Lumo. This is kind of an interesting game. I got it because it's kind of like Solstice for the original NES. You're a wizard. You run around. You collect items. It's got a a diagonal-based direction game, kind of like Hubert. I played quite a bit of it. Didn't beat it. It got a little difficult, and it wasn't as great as I was hoping it would be, but it wasn't a letdown either. If you like this style game, hey, give it a shot. But ultimately, I kind of gave up playing it. Battle Princess Madeline. This is kind of almost a Super Nintendo ghouls and ghosts kind of game. Pretty fun, pretty cool looking. I played a little bit of it. Haven't got around to like playing and beating it, but if you're into that style game, I recommend it. This is another incarnation of Astro Bears. Talked about it earlier. These are really fun games. Again, they're not expensive. This game I got for 50 cents. I didn't pay any much for it. It's a puzzle game. It's kind of interesting. It's worth about $1. The Messenger. Great platformer. This is a really good game to get. I had a blast with it. I beat it. I haven't beat the extended version yet, but it is a really fun, great-looking game. Kind of a Ninja Gaiden type game. Sands of Wonders. This game, I haven't played a lot. It's sort of like Shadowgate. You see a picture of a room and you can interact with things in the room to advance the storyline. I haven't played it yet. Looking forward to it. Someday I'll get around to it. Blasphemous. Good platformer. Lots of fun. Very religious type game. Lots of religious references and whatnot. Kind of fun. Kind of a gothic looking game. It was a blast to play. I haven't beat it. I got pretty far in it. It's a good game. Tetris 99. You're playing Tetris against 99 other players. The lines that you clear end up on other people's screens, and then you try to be the last one. I think it's a free download. Great game. Check it out if you like Tetris. It's fun. Rocket League. This game is, I kind of have a love-hate relationship with it. It's really fun. It has a huge following. Lots of people play this game. The only complaint I have about this game is you basically can only really play it online with other players. And because it's so popular, when you first start playing, you're really outmatched in just about every aspect. There's people out there that have played this game to death, and they're really good. And when you first start out, you really feel like you're out of your element. I wish there was a way you could there was better aspects to play offline to kind of get your skills built up before you go online. But it is a really fun game. Super Mario Maker 2. I don't really need to tell you guys about Super Mario Maker 2. You know, you build your own Mario levels. It's a great game. Again, Banner Saga, I already went over. Ori and the Blind Forest, great platformer, came out a while back. Microsoft developed it. It feels like a Microsoft game, if that makes sense. Really fun game, visually pleasing. I'm getting ready to buy the next Ori game. I believe it's out now. Great game. Played it, beat it. Put a couple videos out about it. Saboteur 2. This is just the next in the Saboteur line. Played it a little bit. It was only $1. Cat Quest 2. You know, I talked about Cat Quest. Cat Quest 2, the interesting aspect is you get to be a dog as well. It's pretty fun. They're good games. Okami. Great looking game. I have not played this game a ton yet. I played it on the PlayStation 2, and I haven't played this version yet. Visually, it's a great game. It's fun. I'm looking forward to playing and beating it again. Octopath Traveler. Lots of people really love this game. It is your typical RPG turn-based style game. It looks a lot like a Super Nintendo type RPG. I was not a huge fan of this game. I thought visually it was not good looking, and a lot of people disagree with me on that. I felt like it was looking through a lens with Vaseline smeared on it. Everything's blurry. If you're playing it portably on the Switch, it looks a lot better than if you play it on the big screen. That being said, I still played this game. I still beat it. I still overall enjoyed it. There were enough positive things to keep me playing. The boss fights are really good. The mechanics of the game are rock solid and fun. And the boss fights were fun too. And visually, the boss fights looked better than the rest of the game. And so I did play it. I did beat it. You know, but if you have any doubts about this game or whether you want to get it, it is kind of a higher priced game. Had I paid less money for this game, I probably would not have continued playing it. But a lot of people love it. Aldred Knight. This was an inexpensive game. It's surprisingly fun. I play this game quite a bit, just casually. You're a knight, run around, kill things. You know, for some reason, I really like this game. It's kind of a fun little stab 'em up game. Alright, this game I did not pay a lot for because I had downloaded another game by this producer. I played this a little bit. It's kind of an 8-bit style platformer. It looks fun. It seemed fun, the portion that I played. But I don't know a whole lot about these games. Banner Saga again, already went over. Golf Arcade Archives. So if you've played the black box version of Golf for the NES, this is very similar, but some of the holes are changed. They've got different holes to play. There's music. I really like the golf game on the NES, and so I got this. It's fun. It's a lot of fun to play. Candleman. This was a really fun game. Very unique, visually pleasing. I played it. I 100% completed it. Great game. Lots of fun. Not that expensive. Worth every penny. Super Chariot. Kind of a funny little game. You're pulling a chariot that has the casket of your dead king, and the ghost of the king talks to you, and you're trying to get him to his ultimate resting place. It's a fun 2-player game. I haven't played a bunch of it, but it is a fun little game. Gris. I'm in the process of playing this game. This game is visually stunning. It's sort of like playing through a a great piece of artwork. It's really a wonderful game. It's a masterpiece. Um, Lots of fun to play. Um, can't say enough good things about Gris. Worms, WMD. If you haven't ever played Worms, you can start here. It's a good game. Yep, I mean, it's Worms. You're worms, you crawl around, you shoot your enemies. They're fun. Unravel 2. You're basically balls of yarn, and you run around and overcome obstacles. Very fun game. I really enjoyed this game. Visually, it's great. It has kind of a compelling storyline with actually no dialogue. You can alter the appearance of your two little string people there. You can make them different colors, kind of change the way they look. Fun game, kind of a cool puzzler. I recommend it. Super Mario Odyssey. I don't need to tell you guys that this is a wonderful game. It's great. One of the best games on the Switch. I 100% completed this game. It's a blast. Highly recommend. It's gotta have. I have not played this game yet. I didn't pay a lot for it, and one of these days I'll get around to playing it. It looks intriguing. YouTube channel. Alright, we'll go to Defunct. This is a fun little racing game. It was better than I thought it was going to be. You're kind of like a unicycle robot guy. The speed control is very interesting. A very, very surprisingly good game. I played quite a bit of it. Kind of got stuck, kind of stopped playing it, but it was worth my money. Rapala Fishing. Good little fishing game. It has a few little glitches with it, as a lot of these fishing games do. I was a big fan of the Rapala game for the Wii, and so I got this. I played it. It's a lot of fun. I enjoy it. Skies of Fury. This is a great bi-wing fighter game. There's no takeoff and landing. They start you off in the sky. You're shooting down Nazis or you're shooting down allies, depending on which side you want to be on. Lots of different skins you can put on the planes. This game's a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. I played a lot of it. Couldn't beat it. It got pretty difficult about 3/4 of the way through, and I kind of I gave up on it. Kingdom, New Lands. Interesting game. Side-scroller type game. You know, the previews pretty much tell you what it is. You scroll side to side and try and expand your lands while defending them at the same time. It's interesting. Elliot Quest. This is kind of a Kid Icarus type game. I haven't played it a bunch yet, but it is kind of in the 8-bit style. I look forward to playing it. Shalanor Legends. Interesting game. I kind of bought this game because it visually kind of looks like the game I'm creating right now on my own, The Wandering Wizard. And so I was kind of interested in how they drew their pixels for some of their sprites, some of their objects, and it's kind of a Zelda type clone. It's fun. Mind Path to Thalmus. I played this game a little bit. It's a puzzler type game. I was kind of hoping it would be a little bit more like Myst. Visually, it's really cool looking. I played it quite a bit. It kind of gets a little repetitive. I kind of lost interest in it, but I didn't pay a lot for it. But if you like puzzle type games similar to this, it pretty much is what it looks like from its preview. Townsmen, A Kingdom Rebuilt. Very cool game. It's sort of like SimCity, only Warcraft type style. Very cool. You get a castle, you build little villages, you make bakeries and blacksmiths and create a little economy. I had a lot of fun playing this game. Played it a ton. But don't be fooled. There is downloadable content, and it's like an expansion pack, and you will end up buying the expansion pack. If you don't, you really can't play the game. So even though it looks like I think it starts out at $20, you end up paying $15 more for the expansion pack. But it was worth it in the end. RBI Baseball 18. I got this for not a lot of money. It went on sale one time. It's a baseball game. It's nothing to write home about, but it's a modern looking baseball game. It was fun to play. Okay, Brigandine, The Legend of Runja, or however you would say that. I'm a big fan of Brigandine, the original on PlayStation 1. Really, it's one of those games that speaks to me, doesn't speak to everyone. It's sort of a hexagon map style battle game. Very much heavy into fantasy. Lots of storyline. I really liked the original game, and I was super excited when this game came out. And it really is a great game. I enjoy it quite a bit. This version, I mean, if you haven't played the original, it might be a little difficult to get into. But overall, I really like this game. Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate. Again, I don't think I need to go into how great Monster Hunter is for you guys. But yeah, it's Monster Hunter. It's good. Curious Expedition. This was a really cool game. It's a map exploration type game. Very text-based. Lots of fun. You get to be different historical figures. You can be Harriet Tubman. You can be Charles Darwin. You can be Amelia Earhart. And you're exploring lands and trying to make money for museums. Really a very unique and fun game. Let's go on here. Yeah, this is, the Super Nintendo Virtual Console. I don't need to tell you guys about that. Super Mario Bros. 35. This is like Tetris 99. You're playing Super Mario, but you're battling against 35 other players. And the monsters you kill end up on someone else's screen. Lots of fun to play. And it's a free download. So get it, check it out. It's fun. Breath of the Wild. Again, I don't need to tell you how great this game is. It's one of my favorites. I've played it, beat it. I'm currently trying to beat it 100%. I'm getting close. It's a great game. And that brings us to the last two we're going to talk about are the farming simulators. So there is Farming Simulator Nintendo Switch Edition, which came out first, and then there's Farming Simulator 20. Definitely, out of the two, the Switch Edition is by far way better. And Farming Simulator 20 came out afterwards, and so it looks like it's an upgrade, but it is not. I just bought this game, and it was on sale. I didn't pay a ton of money for it, but I really wish I hadn't bought it, because it pales in comparison to the Switch Edition. The Switch Edition has, much bigger maps. It has 2 maps to choose from. It also has a first-person view mode. You can get out of the tractors and run around the maps. In Farming Simulator 20, you are stuck in the vehicle. You cannot exit the vehicle. You can only scroll through your different vehicles. The map is maybe a quarter of the size of one of the maps in the Switch Edition. There's a lot less you can do in 20 as opposed to the Switch Edition. So I highly recommend the Switch Edition. Do not get Farming Simulator 20. And that wraps it up, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this. I've been wanting to do this for a long time. I'm thinking I might do a review like this every year around this time. And so, in the meantime, play more games. Have fun, everybody.